Local housing markets don't always follow broader national trends. One area that continues to have its own distinct property market microclimate is sought-after Chiswick. Taking a closer look at data for specific postcodes can provide greater clarity for those planning to move.
Absolutely, Phil. Across West London, each residential pocket experiences differing pricing trends and activity levels, which is why we're intent on providing the most relevant updates for those making property-related plans.
With this in mind, brought to you by Horton & Garton, this is your market update for Chiswick.
Thanks for that, Phil. And so, let's get into what's happening in Chiswick. Whilst this area has long been considered one of London's most popular places to live and continues to attract new residents, the W4 property market does not sit outside of wider market trends and can be impacted by economic and political shifts. Property prices across W4 have seen a steady period of adjustment, with land registry data reporting average sold prices having changed relatively little over the course of the past 12-month period, with the average overall sold price and accumulation of all property types at almost £869,000. While some people may have opted to see the results of the general election before taking steps towards moving home, for most, the outcome was inconsequential. What we have seen that has had impact on prices and activity over the past 12 to 24 months is a lack of certain property types on the market and shifts in interest rates. As home movers acclimatise or adjust their forward plans, momentum is gradually building as we move through the summer months. We see somewhat of a mixed bag of capital appreciation when the annual figures of price per square foot are reviewed by property type. Over the course of a year, one-bed flats and smaller two-bed houses showed positive appreciation, and in the case of the two-bed houses, a healthy 6% rise. Remember, these values are for resales, not for new builds, and they're based on actual sold figures from the land registry, which means there is a slight lag in the data, but it is the most accurate. As we touched on, 2024 has endured a stagnation of values, and the current interest rates were reasons for some sellers and buyers to delay a move. The number of transactions per month show this, with April 2024 seeing an average of some 14.5 sales, contrasted with 49 monthly completion sales some 12 months earlier. Something else that may have impacted sales was a trend we've noticed in the area. People downsizing here want to stay local. Now, the benefit of this is that larger properties become available, but demand for smaller properties to downsize into has led to a lack of supply in the £1 million to £2 million price bracket. Certain houses would get a good price if the stock was available. So, if you're a homeowner in the area considering a move, get in touch with the Horton & Garton team, as we may already have a buyer available for your property. Some 23% of active buyers registered with us already own a property in the area. There's been much debate in the industry media about slow transaction times, but in the second quarter of 2024, Horton & Garton's average turnaround time from start of marketing to going under offer was just 61 days. That's quicker than Rightmove's reported average, and it's about half the time it was taking in the first quarter of the year. This is a sign of momentum building in the market and of buyers keen to secure their new home. As we've seen in the sales figures, some sellers have clearly been hedging their bets, awaiting the outcome of the general election and possible cuts in interest rates. With the election now behind us, there's growing momentum that the Bank of England will start bringing rates down in August or September, although any rate cuts are anticipated to be small and gradual. They'll likely give a psychological boost to the housing market. So, if selling is on your long-term agenda, do get in touch with the team. We'd be delighted to hear from you. Summer's not just about sales, of course, because Horton & Garton has also been supporting the wonderful Artists at Home annual open studio event across Chiswick, Hammersmith and Shepherd's Bush. An incredible 92 artists participated across 67 studios, and if you missed this year's event, you can still access the artists online at artistsathome.co.uk. And if you want to make the most of summer while it's here, we've used our unique local knowledge to put together a blog on the best outdoor venues in the area. So do check that out on our website.
You can find Horton and Garton Chiswick at 161 Chiswick High Road, W4 2DT. Email them at chiswick@hortonandgarton.co.uk or call them on 0203 989 6464 or visit their website, hortonandgarton.co.uk.